Maayong gabi po sa lahat. Good evening to all, or good morning, or good afternoon to where you are currently. Welcome to Near Protocol Philippines. Hope you are doing well and staying safe with your loved ones. Today, we have an NFT artist joining us tonight who is involved with various projects in the blockchain space. He's going to be sharing with us his background, his experience, and some projects that he's doing right now in this hot new field of NFTs. So, Dominico Barra, welcome to the show. I hope I
Hello.
pronounced that right.
Yeah, well, it's Barra, but I like that sound as well. Barra, yes.
Welcome, Dom.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, happy to have you. So maybe just to warm things up, maybe you can tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, what you're doing, any hobbies.
Yeah, sure. I'm based in Italy. I was born and I live in Napoli at the moment, south of Italy. City famous for pizza, the volcano Vesuvio.
Ooh, I love pizza.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. And you're welcome to come to Napoli. I will take you out for the best pizza in town. And also probably Napoli because the music of Sole Mio, maybe the TV series Gomorrah. We are kind of a very famous city for the good and for the bad things. Then are distinctive of this city. I was born here, and at the moment I'm living here. I have spent many years abroad. I lived in UK for 8 years. I lived in Spain, in Belgium, but now I'm working in Napoli, and I am a collaborator with Snack.art platform. I am part of the marketing team. I am a glitch artist and dirty new media artist. I also curate a net art project called White Page Gallery, which is a network of co-curated and co-shared online spaces for hosting art show online. I also teach glitch art and dirty new media at Rome University of Fine Art. And when I still have some free time, I also make some art. I'm lucky to have some free time. And in my spare time, I love sea sport. So I'm very passionate about surfing and stand-up paddle.
Wow.
So whenever I get I'm mad about I'm a sea animal, and every chance I get, I am by the sea. It's my favorite place.
What a very intro. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, pretty much this is what I do. I've been making digital art and glitch art since 2010, roughly. Before this year, I was mainly focusing on painting and installation. And I'm very passionate and really interested about remix culture and all of the art form, music, art, cinema, photography, video art, sound art, then has to do with the remix. And all of the cultural and contamination, and influences, which I believe are at the base of the internet culture and internet-based art, and especially NFT, if we're gonna talk about NFT today. And before that, when I was young, I was not a graffiti artist. I was more of a bundle, because I was not really good.
Oh no.
I was rubbish. Yeah, I was rubbish. I was a rubbish graffiti artist, but most of my pieces was like taggings, like bombing and doing like tags on trains and bus and which is somehow a way to express myself. I was part of the hip hop scene in my city, but and there was like more than artist. It was a way of an urgency to manifest my presence in the city. So it was more like a scream to say, I'm here, I exist, and I'm part of this generation. And then I moved to UK in 2001, and I was part of the clubbing scene. I used to love going clubbing, raving, and I am part of this techno generation of the 90s. And then in 2005, I think, I enrolled to Leeds College of Art and Design, and I was studying there for 2 years. Then my passion at that time was installation art. I went into installation because a big show I saw in Napoli when I came back home to visit my family. There was a massive installation at the Art Palace of Napoli, Palazzo delle Arti di Napoli. There was a massive show called the Children of Uranium. So imagine these 3-4 floors palace, and the whole palace became one big installation. It was really
I'd
amazing.
love
It
to
was
see
like
that.
something that, oh, believe me, it was gigantic. It was like a multimedia installation from costume design, from there was video art, sound design, drawing, painting. It was some light design. It was something like really scenographic. It was amazing. If I recall well, one of the artists was Peter Greenaway, and two more. One I think was Sasha Bonsniak, something like that. I can't remember the name very well, but surely there was Peter Greenaway, and it was really mesmerizing. It was something that it really made me feel I want to make art. I want to be an artist. Then of course, to make installation art, it was a little bit expensive, and also you needed always large space, a large studio to host your work. And I when I was young, I had a lack of money and a lack of space, but I didn't lack imagination. So I moved into digital art because I could work on big projects and save the project in on like small space, floppy
Yes, yes.
disk, CDs. I got all these kind of portable memories, and so I start to make digital art in the early 2000s. Was probably around 2004, 2005, and then I enrolled to university, Leeds University. But at that time, another passion I had was music. So I was in a band, and I
Oh,
was lead singer in a band. Yeah, I used to sing.
wow.
I used to really enjoy doing live music, and I used to write the lyrics of the band. And but the band, we lived the rock and roll life too fast, too soon, and in 2 years, we did many gigs. We played around, but then we eventually ended the project, and I returned to Italy. I was living in Napoli, Rome. I moved to Rome because I worked with some art galleries, some contemporary art galleries. Then I moved to Spain, and then I just came back to Napoli, where I have been since, I think it was 2009, 2010, like stable in Napoli. And this is me, I think.
I see. That was thank you for sharing with us your background, Dom. And I can see that, from what you told us,
Pleasure.
from what you told me, you are very much involved in the creative field. Specifically, you're a creative at heart. You can feel that. And I also noticed that, you mentioned in the earlier part of your background that most of the projects you are now working on is related to, digital art, specifically, in the blockchain space or crypto space. Specifically, on
Yes.
NFTs now. So maybe can you tell
Yes.
us how you stumbled upon NFTs or the crypto blockchain space?
Yes. I had crypto art and blockchain on my radar for quite a while, but
Mm-hmm.
I was very focused in making my art. I make glitch art and dirty media, and I wanted to build my career and my curriculum and my experience, and I was mostly focusing on making art. And I didn't. Well, it was my interest, to make money out of it, and trying to survive only working with my art. But it was very complex, also because I make glitch art, which even nowadays people still wondering what actually is a piece of glitch art, and how glitch art is made
Mm-hmm.
is not very complex, but it was very hard to sell a piece of glitch art, especially when it was like completely digital work, and because most of the pieces were real time pieces. And I always struggled with that, and I had to do another job. Then I was kind of lucky to have loads of well, not loads, but I was a fair amount of commissions. So I worked on paid projects. Then when the COVID pandemic exploded,
Oh.
many of the projects that it was almost like 2 years of commissions were all canceled. So it was like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do?
Oh.
So a friend of mine, Serena Tabacchi, she's the founder and of Mokta, Museum of Contemporary Digital Art, a museum very known among the NFT scene and community and industry. We were preparing an interview. We were working on a project together, and she said, "Oh, you should try NFT. You should try crypto art." I know crypto art because few years before, probably a couple of years before, I saw the project Super Red, but I was too busy focusing on my art, my research, my teaching. I used to travel a lot, giving lectures and talks. But I always kind of kept that in mind as an
Back of your
eventual
head.
opportunity. Yeah, back of my head, I was like, anytime soon, I will need to find some free time to explore more about NFT and crypto art. And so I joined a Italian Telegram group, and I met the Italian crypto art scene. And I was very critical at the beginning because I come from a new media art background, and I am tendentially very critical, very doubtful. I'm critical, but in a constructive way. I
Mm-hmm.
like to understand. And because I make glitch art, I build most of my work on failure and errors. I need to find the vulnerabilities and then understand what are the real potential of NFT and digital art traded on blockchain and crypto as well. And since then, I became a very active part of this community. And what really made me stay, it was the community. And because my like when I started to make glitch art, I made glitch art because I thought it was the best language, the best way to express myself, but also because the community. And then I curated the White Page Gallery project, which is based on community. I think human resources are the most valuable resources. And I met a lot of people in glitch art, net art, and NFT that we share the same value. And then I realized that NFT is mostly about labor, about art labor, about finding resources to actually allow people, but not just artists, curators, galleries. NFT is a big industry which is allowing people to find a job, so you can finally have a job. I think many people are employed, or many people have started a startup project. They pushing their project forwards. So NFT became my job. I work with Art, and I know people that work in NFT, and so I started last March. I think it was at the beginning of the pandemic. It was March, yeah. It was like 1 month after the pandemic. Like we went in lockdown in Italy at the beginning of no, it was March, and
Mm-hmm.
because I was at home, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, okay, let's
Yeah.
try to understand what NFTs about. And it is like everything. Everything is very critical. Everything is very problematic somehow. But I think NFTs finally is making the internet fun again, and also art collecting, art trading, art making are becoming some networking practicing. So people meet and people share value, people share knowledge, people share, of course, interest, and the interest maybe could be art, but also could be financial interest. And I think this is a good opportunity for finally, making digital art an opportunity for job for artists, curators, collectors, and all of the other profession and people working in this industry. And this is the way since until now I'm busy within NFT.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and I like what you said. NFTs are making the internet fun again, because in its own way,
Yes.
it draws people together. It establishes communities,
Yeah.
and you also mentioned that the community plays a really big factor in drawing in people and letting them stay, because you were a product of a community. You discovered NFTs,
Yes.
you using a community as well. So now you're here. Yeah, you're an NFT artist, a digital artist,
Yes.
specifically on Near as well, on Paras.
Yes.
Yeah.
On
So
Paris. Yes.
maybe you can tell us how you found out about Paras. Just maybe a short history on that as well.
Sure. No problem.
And then maybe you can
With great.
show us some of your work.
Yeah, of course. I can share the screen, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you see the gallery?
Yeah, this is your profile I'm looking at.
Yeah, this is one of the project. Yeah, this is one of the project. This is a project I am. It's an ongoing project, and I will tell you first a little why and how did I join Paris.
Yes, please do.
And yeah, this happened. In one of our Italian group. We have this crypto art group. Mostly we are all Italians, and one of the member of the group, Mattia Cuttini, which I think you probably heard, is very famous. He's an OG, crypto art OG. He was talking about Paras, and I was like, well, let me see this place. I'm interested because what I really like of blockchain, I like, I think the very potential is decentralization, but often we get centralized within some of the blockchain. So people are stuck within Ethereum, some people are stuck in Tezos. I like to be multi-chain. I like to explore all of the blockchain. So I was like, please, let's explore more. And I heard about Near because we did some workshop with Near, and I was like, let's see what's happening on Near. And I came across Paras. It was like, oh, you should check Paras, and they have this card format which is really fun. They're really pretty to look at. It was like 3-dimensional. Now they have switched to 3-dimensional cards, but at the beginning it was 3-dimensional. It was really fun because you could flip the cards. It was like really interesting, and I was like, all right, I think this is a platform I like to join. And I had a couple of projects which I thought it would suit these uh, these um, this format, the three-dimensional, the 3D cards. One is like collectible cards with some cartoon style characters I made some years ago. It was probably 2009. And then another sketching project was like digital drawing project. And also I had the one I'm showing, this idea to build a glitch optical art project where my aim is to glitch viewers visual field. I want to bring the glitch from the screen into the viewer's eyes, so creating this kind of organic augmented experience of glitches. So if you stare at these cards, all of these cards, for like some seconds, and then you stare away from the screen, you will see your visual field gets a little bit noisy. It's a little bit fuzzy. So my aim is to glitch and affect your visual field.
I
So
see. I'm already feeling a bit
yeah,
dizzy just looking at the cards.
yeah, that so it's working. I'm glad to hear that because it is working. So my idea was to combine glitch art and optical art, and bring the glitch and the experience away from the screen. So if you look at the art and then you stare away from the art is still affecting your visual field because it makes your vision a little noisy.
Hmm.
And I thought this was Paras was a good place to bring this, because I like the format of the card. So, and also Paras was the first time that I started to sell edition. I mostly sold like unique edition,
Mm.
so 101 edition. Then I was like, okay, this is the good time also to try with multiples. So I started with Paras, and so this is my works on Paras. Some of these cards are animated, other cards are still images, and
Yeah.
I need to bring I yeah, some are like, what is fun of this project as well, but when it was three-dimensional, you could move the card, and moving the card, these optical effects gave some three-dimensionality to the card as well. So if you move it, when you are moving the cards, it was kind of give depth to the card. So it created this kind of 3D sensation as well. It would give this kind of 3D feeling. And it was really interesting because, you had this kind of 3D experience of the optical was enhancing this kind of experience of three-dimensionality, and also this feeling of augmenting, the visual field. It was really interesting. I don't know I don't know why they switched from the 3D cards to the bidimensional cards, but the 3D cards were really powerful.
Yeah, I
This one, like
understand.
this, yeah, I think that really added much more,
Mm.
especially to this kind of work, because this kind of work was kind of site specific. I developed this project specifically for this kind of format. Now they still look good, but I think on 3D cards they look much better. Um, I'm pretty sure they had some good reason to switch to bidimensional. And this is my project on Paras.
Really nice. I am liking it, your work, especially the ones that move. About uh the update, I think just maybe to give you a heads
Yes,
to
please.
fill you in. We actually had an AMA session with Paras, the Philippine community,
Great.
and we actually asked that same question. We were wondering why they removed the 3D effect, and they told us it was kind of heavy on their on their platform, the three
Yes, fair
dimensional
enough.
effect. Yeah, so that's why they removed it. So I thought I'd fill you in on that.
Yeah, I kind of, I the first time I saw it, then they switched from 3D to 2D. My first thought was because it was really like heavy on the server. But it's very understandable, because maybe when you are a small project and you have to host some amount of cards, it is sustainable. But then when the project grows and the project is growing, you have to find a solution which is sustainable, and good on them to go for this choice. They still look pretty good. I
Yes,
like
I'm
the card
loving it.
formats. Yeah, and I still believe that it's pretty badass. But it's good. It's good.
I'm trying to look at your work and then looking away from the screen. It does do something to your eye.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does. This is what I want to disturb the viewer. I want to create something that it will affect the viewers. He has to create because this is the way we look at art. We look at art and then we move away our sight and we look something else. So my idea was that of creating an echo. There was some kind a feedback. So you stare at the work and you somehow hypnotized by the work, and then when you stare away you still get work that still affects your visual sight and your visual field. So I wanted to experiment in this way, to glitch viewers visual field.
All right, that's a very creative way of putting your NFTs on Paras. Thank you for sharing us your
You're
work.
welcome.
I see that you have lots of knowing you as an artist. You likely have a lot of things or projects that you want to work on. A lot of projects that are coming up for you. So maybe you can tell us what's in store for you in the future. Any plans that you want to share with us?
Yeah, sure. At the moment, I'm working on a solo show exhibition in Italy. Next week in Piacenza, which is in north of Italy, I will debut the opening of a project called Disordinary Beauty. Is a glitch art project, which is a take on beauty, the sense of beauty, and basically I downloaded some iconic picture from some of the most famous beauty influencers on Instagram, and I have glitched those pictures, those portraits, making them unrecognizable. And I have made these pictures look really complex, very somehow graphic, and very, I don't want to say ugly because they are beautiful, but surely I have destroyed that beauty standard.
Oh my.
That yeah, that we have beauty that is somehow very dogmatic and somehow a paradigm, and especially in Western country, which especially Instagram, filters, Photoshop, there is this kind of standard then influencer has to respect and frame their beauty. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to destroy this paradigm, and I wanted to make those pictures unrecognizable, creating an alternative beauty, and which is completely out of standard, and surely out of standard to the beauty industry standard. And in fact, I call this series Disordinary Beauty. To make this work, I have used a generative glitch script based on processing. Um, Pixel sorting is one of the most famous one, made by Kim Asendorf. But I also used other script, generative script by Generate Me. You can download this script from their pages on GitHub, I think. And also I will show a video installation called Requiem for an Influencer. Is a video, and also we will have a mirror and some flowers on the ground. So I'm very happy to go back to some multimedia installation. And also we will show a site-specific project, an ongoing project happening on Instagram. Is an artificial intelligence based project. I have trained an artificial intelligence to make portraits of me based on my Instagram data. And as data, I'm meaning content. I have downloaded all of my content from Instagram, and I have trained an algorithm, an artificial intelligence algorithm, machine learning, to make portraits of me based on my 3 years of Instagram posting. And so I'm doing this next week for this exhibition. Then I have another upcoming exhibition with Snack.art. This project is a collaboration with the Hermitage Museum, Russian museum based in St. Petersburg. And there I will show a video project I did in collaboration with Hex6C, who is a Italian crypto artist, a generative artist, OG artist. And also we have worked with Roberto Ranon and Alberto Policriti. And this video project called Eva, a mitochondrial story, is based on human genome, on human DNA. We have used human genome, human DNA, to program a generative script, and also for building a human shape and to glitch this human 3D object. And we are very proud of this project because it was very complex in the making, because we used 3D generative and we had to develop a custom software. We used the glitch art, video editing, generative art, so we had to build a generative script. And also it's very complex in the concept, because we are talking about human DNA, human genome, how to hack human genome, and how to create mutation. Of course, we are doing this on digital object, but we are tackling this kind of these topics and about evolution, mutation, and glitching human genome to making visual art. This is the project I'm working on at the moment. I'm also working on Tezos. I also do some work on Tezos. I'm collaborating with a Polish artist I've met, you see, in the Tezos community, and we are somehow reclaiming the word punk and punk culture. We are glitching CryptoPunks, but also we are making video and audio. This is a very interesting project because we are making an album made of 4 tracks, techno music tracks, and we are splitting each tracks in 10 clips, and each audio clip will be matched with a video clip. And this series is called Mad Punks, and it's gonna be very noisy, very techno, very glitchy, very loud, and this will be dropped on Ictenung on Tezos. So you see, this is my multi-chain approach to NFT. The
Wow, that
artist
is a
I'm
lot to
collaborating,
take in.
the art, yeah, a lot to a lot. I'm a very busy man, you know. And the Polish artist I'm working on is called Digital Noise Frontier. He makes really techno glitchy works, very powerful, really loud, and very strong visual. And this is me.
Wow. Just hearing what you're doing, how you're very much involved in the NFT space is really enough to get even me excited for you.
Yeah,
And so,
great.
and so our viewers would surely feel the same way. So, thank you so much, Dom, for sharing it with
You're
us.
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
And thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to talk to you and to your fan base, follower base, and community. And thank you so much. I'm very grateful for your invitation, and it was great to be here with you.
Yeah, surely our viewers have a lot to take away from this interview tonight because we're also we have this community, especially on Paras. It's a big community and it's growing by the day.
Great.
Yeah. So we're also excited.
Um,
Oh yes, go on.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm glad. I'm glad you are on Paris. I'm glad you are on Paris, and I hope your community will enjoy the works. And if they have questions, they are welcome to get in touch with me or with you. And
Yes.
I hope to hear from you soon.
That would be great. We're also excited for your plans and your solo
Thank you.
exhibition.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yeah, it's keeping me fairly busy.
All right. So if you want to learn more about NFTs and different applications that are already built on top of Near, feel free to reach out to Dom. Maybe if you have any questions, also please feel free to follow our socials down below, as we will be posting this interview on our channel. And for now, we thank you very much for his presence here. And that will be all for
Thank you.
tonight. I hope you guys stay safe. Hope you Dom stay safe as well over
Thank you.
there.
You too. Take care. Take care. Speak to you soon.
All
Bye,
right, you have a
everyone.
good night, everyone.